Hello. How is everyone? Let me just sort the camera out. Because get rid of that. Because we always have to. I've stopped. Excuse me. I've stopped trying to sort this out before I start because it just never works. We're very bright. Let's go down. Another one. Sure, that's probably fine. Okay. Come back over here. Okay, good evening. We are back with our Lego and Chill. It's been a couple of weeks. It was Mother's Day, and last week I was playing D&D. Of all things to be doing on a streaming day, but we have to do these things. It was literally the only day I think anyone else could make it, so had to be there really. Yeah, so this evening we are putting together 42137, which is Formula E Porsche 99X Electric. It is a £45 set. It is 422 pieces and would net you 360 VIP points in the UK, at least. And it was a gift from my in-laws for my last birthday. So I've been trying to get to it for quite a while, but now I can. So yeah, so we'll make a start. 422 pieces. Oh, excuse me. Only sounds like about an hour and a half, but it's Technic, so we have to add the Technic time tax on this thing. Right, okay. So there we go. That's we've got a pair of pullback motors. Interesting. A metric butt ton of stickers, which is going to be cool. The stickers are always cool, right? We have the instructions in the larger instruction format, and we have, that's a bag number one. Bag number one there. We have 2 bag ones and 2 bag twos, so we've got a 2-bag build. So that's going to be fun. Loads of technical parts. I always wonder just how many of the pieces in a Technic kit are just actually the pins and what have you. I just need to quickly Twitter that we're live because I forgot to do that. Hey folks, we live right now. Building Technic of all things. Let's make that Lego Technic. Hashtag Lego. Hashtag Technic. Sure. It's 42137. Some manner of Porsche. I'm on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Clockson TV. And YouTube, but I've got YouTube on a different computer. Oh, hi, Void. Sorry, I was yes, I was just tweeting out that I'm here. I have my usual setup failures, so but it'll be all good. But feel free to lurk. Channel, this live thing. Let's mute that. That's weird. And then that. Tweet. Cool. Right. On with the show. So yeah, big book. Surprisingly big book. It's not that big a model. But it is technically. Sorry. You're making your own Porsche? Your own Lego Porsche, or you just randomly picked up some actual Porsche parts and you're putting it together? I should get a little tub or something for these small parts. Oh, yeah, no, it could be. It could be a clickbait. I don't do clickbait. Oh, that's not true. Watch me build a Porsche. That is a good idea. I should come up with some more clickbaity titles, particularly on for the YouTube part of the stream. Right, we have bag one has been decanted. That doesn't sound like it's the right way of putting it. No, I'm going to have to shift all of this over here. You can tell it's been a couple of weeks because I've got no idea what I'm doing. I do have a Porsche. I also have a Mustang and a Land Rover Defender. Lego robots in a ball. This is not something I've heard of. Is it like one of those things for teaching kids how to program? Yeah, but I think the Lego Mustang was the first stream I did on YouTube with Lego. And weirdly, although maybe it's not quite so weirdly, there was another Lego streamer who was streaming that exact same night at that exact same time with that exact same model. So you could have done, like, if we'd have timed it right, we could have had like 3D building. You know, he could have like built for the left eye and I could have built for the right eye. We need an engine. Something like that. The annoying Technic stuff begins already. I should probably point out that I'm likely to spend most of the stream complaining about Technic, but I'm not annoyed about Technic enough to actually not do it, so. Okay. Not Megathron, okay, cool. Right, we'll put this to one side. We need a big old 15 holes. Oh, we don't need to put this aside. This actually needs to go on here, like this. And then we want two of these. Call them stud makers. Because they go in the side and they make a stud that other things can stud onto. So it's robot in that form, and then they bent it into Parabellum in some roughly 340 steps. Wow. That is a number of steps that I would not like to try and memorize. Oh, cool. I was thinking the other day of, and then they bent it back, so another 340 steps. How long was this video? Unless it was like one of those, I don't know if you've seen those Rubik's Cube videos where they do it in 3 seconds and you're like, oh. Very clever. There we go. So a bit on the back, then we've got some axles that go into a number 2. Number 2 what? I don't know, but it is a number 2. Yeah. And then they take out Tubik's ball. I mean... Well, it was all caps, but also bold, but I think, no, it's probably fine. Like I say, I keep saying this, I say this every time I do one of these streams. I really, 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 really need to sort out Nightbot. And, yeah, work out how to get it to moderate properly. Oh. Shape was suggestive. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it is a fairly suggestive shape. It's fine. I'm like, how do you do those? They just look annoying. I mean, a Rubik's Cube just looks like a little bit of a distraction. But the ones with like a billion sort of like things to shuffle around just look like they'd be annoying. Alright, what do we want? Two of these. Three of them, actually. Anyway, how's your day been, Boyd? Have you had a fun day / weekend? Oh, like the ones where you've got a picture, but there's one missing, and then you mix it up, and then you've got to try and get back to it. Because those puzzles are fun. They're nice little distraction. Oh, nice / oh my god, you have my sympathies. Kids for a weekend. Yeah, I want to visit my my niece. It's always fun times, but I generally don't stay longer than a few hours. So we've got a sticker, a number 7 sticker. So I need to go into sticker focus mode. Give me 1 second. No! Ha! Straight. Yeah, they do come off quite easily for the first, like, yeah, for the first little bit. I've never tried to take off a sticker, like, after. That's not true, I have. But if all the corners are stuck down, it can just, like, ruin the sticker a little bit to pull it off. But if you've got, like, one end, like, nice and tightly gripped, it's generally fine. And then being vinyl as well, so they're not paper, so they don't tear. Yeah. One of the first sets I built, actually, as a builder, was like a one of these pullback like truck things. It's retired now. But I built that, and I pulled it out the other day to have a look, and it looks like some of the stickers are starting to peel off. So I don't know how long the stickers are meant to last. But it is what it is. So, you know. does that go? This is the other problem with Technic, is it's harder to build towards the camera. Oh no. No. It gets me in the soul. But having said that, who am I to say people shouldn't glue their models? Oh, some kind of like... Is it like a contact adhesive? Oh, they were? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. If they were meant to be glued. Yeah, no, so, yeah. Because acetone melts plastic. And that's how it works. You melt both sides of the plastic, and then, you know, the liquid plastic melts together and forms a strong bond. I think I know what one you're talking about. I think it's some kind of like contact adhesive. Yeah, I know. I used to make them as a kid. But even as a kid, I was more interested in building them than painting them. Which is, yeah, no, I still prefer building to painting. But yeah, even as a kid, and it was like, you know, it'd be like me mum would be like, "Oh, don't glue that bit on, you won't be able to paint it," and I'd be like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna glue this bit on," and then I'd glue it on. So all of my planes had grey plastic pilots and cockpits because I'd already glued on the canopy. I couldn't get back in to glue them, to paint it. Now I tend to paint in sub-assembly if I need to. I prefer not to, because, you know, it's annoying, but has to be done. Less orange knife. But yeah, what you use for 40k is essentially, well, the plastic Citadel kits is essentially just acetone. Probably. So were the kits you had were they sort of exclusively Russian design kits, so like Russian planes and Russian like tanks and what have you, or were they like did I mean, having said that, it's been a while since Soviet Russia was not a thing. What was I doing? I was going to turn this over. Yeah, no, I absolutely, I was the same. It was only ever something I ever got as a birthday gift or a Christmas gift, and you know, But yeah, absolutely, it would have been. But we were just flat out poor. Ooh. Wonder what that does. Some kind of mechanism. But yeah, I think getting one thing a year is I think it's cool. Obviously, being an adult, well, at least in the legal sense, I can kind of buy Lego whenever I want, and sometimes, where's this going? In there? Oh yeah. But it kind of means that the Lego stops being as special. It's like binge watching stuff on the internet. Like, I watch Picard, and that's once a week, and I kind of look forward to it and appreciate that, you know, I only get one episode a week, so I can't just burn through it all. Because like some of the big Lego sets I've got, I'll just get them and I'll sit there for a day and just build them. And by the time I finish building them, I will be just wrecked physically from sitting and building them all day. Because I have no... What have I missed? Oh, one of these. I get something like a Star Wars Star Destroyer with 2 buckets of... Yeah. Now that would be special. Except I probably wouldn't want the Star Wars Star Destroyer, mostly because it's huge, there's nowhere to display it, and it's very, very grey. It's like the Eiffel Tower, I don't think is a particularly good Lego set. I mean, it's an excellent model. And it looks like a lot of fun to build. And I would absolutely have one. But you can't play with it. And you can't really display it because it's too big. Which one? The massive Eiffel Tower one. It's like up here somewhere. Like 1.5 meters tall. Lego one. The Lego model. And like I say, it's like half. It's too big to display anywhere. Well, unless you're American, of course. They have all the big houses. Yeah. So it's just like, I'd like it. I'd like to build it, but I'd build it. Oh yeah, yeah. They are very funny, but also a little bit sad. But then you get those videos of people just hoying them off the balcony and be like, "Oh, what happens if we hoy it off the balcony? Oh, look, it broke." And it's like, who would have thought that chucking something off a balcony would break it? Yeah, I'm in a Lego Facebook group, and every so often someone will post a thing saying, "Oh, this fell over and broke," and I'm like, "Ah, you get to build it again." I'm sure the dog was fine. I hope the dog was fine. All these grey bits. It's quite funny because our neighbour's dog is ooh, I have to do modding. Yeah, I like that. More one's fine. If you're unless you're calling me a moron, in which case probably not. But I know you're not. You're not calling me a moron. Yeah, I just wonder why you would do that. No, even then, it's just. I mean, the thing I like about Lego and other building-based toys, I'm going to say, not just Lego, is that they're temporary in nature. It's like this will get displayed on a shelf until I need that space for something else, and then I'll take this apart. And you know, I'm fine with that. That is, I like temporary artworks and what have you. You know, I'm a big fan of what sort of thing Banksy does. And then someone comes along and like, I've got to own this. So yeah, and that's what I like about Lego. It's but just like hoying it about just for internet clout. Just yeah, no. Find something better to do. Okay, so this goes on here. Yeah, but yeah, I've been looking at now. I'm not. I have this weird sort of like relationship with weapons of war. I certainly don't think they should be toys, but a lot of them are. Yeah, this is yeah. This is why I didn't let some members. Yeah, it's why I won't let like kids touch my Lego. It's like, can I play with that? No, it's not a toy. But it is a toy. No, not a toy. They're like, here, play with this electric drill or something. That's fine, but don't touch my Lego. It's like people take things to Lego events, you know, to display stuff they've built, and I'm like, I just spend the entire day paranoid that, you know, I was going to go home with fewer bricks than I came with. But I'm sure I'll get over that eventually. Yeah, drop to piece. Of course, this is suffering from the standard Technic issue of it doesn't really look like anything yet. That goes there. How old are your sister's kids, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah. It sounds funny, but you know, parents tend to tend to have less of a sense of humour when it comes to permanently gluing their children's hands together. I don't understand why, because you'd be like, oh, aren't you happy to have a little bit of peace for a while? That is a perfectly good choice. That is absolutely fine. I also have no children. Get on there. There we go. Because one adult who basically acts like a child in the house is probably enough. I think my wife would go nuts if she had to deal with more than me. Quite rightly. I have not seen this part before. Let me put this in. So this is like a standard one of these, like a tank bar, but half of them are the other way around. It's like, that's weird. I've never seen that before. Yeah, she skipped out on that one. How is this? What? No. Yes. Like that. Okay. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't into Lego when I got married. So the wife has had to put up with the whole new hobby thing and all the excitement and the expense that comes with just starting a new hobby and being all excited about it and spending everything. There is, probably not, but you know, I could see that being a thing. It's kind of an extreme way to go to get Lego. This is longer than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to be honest. What are we building next? The sub-assembly. I always wanted RC stuff as a kid. Never got any. I've got an RC car at the moment, but it's in a box. It needs some parts. Someone gave it me for a project we were going to be doing around machine learning with cars. Because there's an Amazon machine learning kind of thing. I can't remember what it's exactly called, but you can buy a car, a remote control car. It doesn't look brilliant. It just looks like a little computer on wheels because it's a little computer on wheels. And the idea is that you can put this little car on a track and it will learn the track. It will learn the best way to get around the track. And your task is to create a reward mechanism for it to get it around the track most efficiently. A wooden car. That sounds amazing. There's a UK company that makes wooden cars. Morgan, I think they're called. Like they have a wooden chassis and wooden bodywork. And they are ridiculously expensive. Oh, your dad was a carpenter. Excellent. So you picked up his sort of like, you picked up the bug for it, or is it like, I know my way around a saw, but can't be bothered generally? This is number 5 Technic thing. Still don't know what it's number 5 of. Claimed a rapier could not be made of wood. I can see that. I mean, you do what now? That goes against there. Apparently it does that. I'm confused. Yeah, that's a good idea. I am a member there. I rarely drop in, but I rarely drop into anyone's Discord, to be honest. It's something I should do more of, because you know there's some cool things in there. But yeah, absolutely. If you stick it in now, I'll go and have a look. Right there. I'm not sure what that's supposed to do. Maybe it will become clearer later on. Oh, twirly handguard. I suppose the question is, it does. I mean, it probably looks like a rapier, but would it function in the way a rapier might? Oh wait, no, I've done that wrong. I only need to put one in there. Distracted. But I do like wooden things, I've heard. So that goes in there, and then we've got a thing on the other side of there. Yeah, yeah. But if you were to go up against someone with a more traditional rapier, for example. Because it is all fun and games until someone loses an eye. Stickers, number 13 and number 13. I mean, those look distinctly like Jaguars. Are they sponsored by Jaguar? Or do they have a Jaguar engine? Would you give a Porsche Jaguar engine? Alright, let's see if we can get these on here reasonably straight. Yeah, no. Oh, this sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do without my computer and the internet. My entire life is in some way tied to the my computer and my internet. I suppose I might read books or something. Oh, poor guy in his eyes. Where does this go? This goes on here. You made a two-sided battle axe as well, out of wood. Oh, if I ever say I'm going to do a Technic stream again, just shoot me. Honestly. There. 2 centimetre plywood, dear lord. That's gonna do some damage. Use the handy guide to work out if it's right. And then we want one of these. One and a half. 1.5 meters of handle is, yeah, and 2 centimeter thick. That's going to give you some. That's going to give you some swing. Well, as long as you're not swinging anything breakable, like I don't know, mountains, you'll be fine. I'm just approaching another sticker. So many stickers. Right, one of them. We want our sticker applicator / brick separator, and we want number 17. Let's do it on this side. It's straight, but it's not central. But it'll be fine as long as I get the other one also not straight or central. Yeah, turns out Lego are very, very, very good at plastic. I read somewhere that the tolerance is like less than the width of human hair. Their quality tolerance. Which is possibly why it's so darned expensive. Twirly bit. Possibly a twirly bit. Might just end up getting stuck. Okay. What, in the manufacturing process? Are you talking about like swapping from the molds in the machine or something? Mm. Does that go? Oh, that goes on there. Like that. Yeah, their manufacturing process is just incredible. Oh, what's your second language? If you don't mind me asking. One of these. Okay, so that'll. Oh well, crap. I'm not saying I put this bit on the wrong way round, but I put this bit on the wrong way round. I know some Japanese. I know Spanish, but mostly what I know in Spanish is the swear words. Well, some of the swear words. I don't know all of them. I did learn a bit of German. And I did French at school. But I wouldn't say I can speak any of them. Ooh. Were they like German cartoons or were they like dubbed American cartoons? Or a bit of both? I was learning German. I found this podcast that's about learning German, and it was made by Deutsche Welle, I think. Transformers, Ninja Turtles. Oh, we've got to watch all of them. We had a rule in our house that the TV wasn't allowed on before lunchtime on a weekend, which was when all the cartoons were on. And then, funnily enough, it was permitted to be on as soon as the sports telly came on. It's like, oh. So I was brought up being subjected to sports, but not allowed to watch cartoons. There, and then I imagine this is the seat then. Is this the seat? Ah, it's a seat. This isn't the minifig scale, so I don't know who's sitting down. But the weird thing was, I always because Transformers and Ninja Turtles, despite the fact I never watched them as a kid, they're always my cartoons, if you know what I mean. And so when folks were starting to do live action and remakes and stuff of them, I was like, oh, very excited. And then I watched them and it was like, well, mostly the Transformers ones, because I hate the Transformers films with a passion. The point where I just think the last one, what was it? Oh, original Ghostbusters. Scooby-Doo, not so much, but Ghostbusters. Absolutely loved Ghostbusters. What else? What's the other one? Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. Absolutely love that. Jurassic Park, Batman. I even have something of a soft spot for in there for Independence Day, which I've actually just watched this afternoon. Yeah, it was Slimer in English as well. Slimer. Yeah, he was great. It's weird because he's only in it for a few seconds, less than a minute. Probably. Well, he's in it twice, isn't he? He's not in it for long. It does sound harder. Like what? Zlimer or Slimer or Schleimer? Schleimer. Yeah, he's not in it for massive amounts of time. He's certainly not particularly. I mean, he's the first ghost they catch, but then he got his own TV, his own cartoon, or like a major star in a major role in the Ghostbusters cartoon. Yeah. That right goes on there like that. Yes. Possibly. Maybe. The Real Ghostbusters. Was that a cartoon called The Real Ghostbusters? As though the film wasn't in some way real. Now this bit goes in here. Maybe. Oh. Aha. There we go. I don't know, why is there a hammer in the kit of a Russian tractor? I'm presuming this is a joke. Screwing bolts that do not fit. Fair. That's about 20% joke tops. Yeah. I think there's. I think we. I mean, you can get a lot done with a hammer. But yeah. I like farmers, but they do get stuck in their ways. But yeah, it's a good joke. Thanks. Just 1 second, need to switch to sticker focus. Right, I want it closer to that end. Oh, I tried to cut my grass today because it was getting a bit long, and the wife was like, you know what, you should cut the grass. And this is the first house I've had where I'm responsible for the garden. It came off. So I don't have a lawnmower. I did buy a strimmer last year, so I tried to use that. And mostly what I've come to the conclusion is I need to buy a lawnmower. Oh, no, it's fine. I had some jeans on. And some trainers. It's not a particularly industrial strimmer. It has a plastic, like, it's one of those with like the plastic string as the cutter. Yeah. I mean, not that I'd want to get in the way of the plastic string. Oh yeah, no, I don't wear shorts. It's fine. But I went through carefully trying to remove as many rocks as I could beforehand. As I do remember, my mum once mowed the lawn for a neighbour, and the neighbour's lawn was probably about 30-40 centimetres high. I don't think I've got grass on the thing. They're fairly clean. Maybe I just didn't strim hard enough. But yeah, so my mum went round with our lawnmower when I was a kid, and it was like this ancient thing from Germany because my dad was in the army, so we lived in Germany for a while. And so it had this massive thing, and it had like a steel blade, like big industrial steel blade. Yeah. We had snow last week. It's very unusual snow this time of year. It's very unusual snow in this part of the world. But yeah. But yeah, and she mowed it, and it just there was a stone in there, and the stone like got hooked up in the steel blades, and then just flew at the door, and it wedged into the door, like went through the outer skin of the door, and just like wedged in there, and you could not get it out. You could literally not get it out. And as far as I know, it's still there, but you know I can't check now because it's a long way away. But yeah, that was quite funny. So I've always been a bit careful with mowers and stuff. How much snow did you have? And is it normal snow this time of year for you? Goes in there. Well, I mean, technically it goes in there. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it literally could have taken out some trees. It was that massive. Last 2 months, a week of warmth and a week of snow. That feels we've had something similar in the UK. We've not had the snow, but we've had like 2 or 3 cold spells during the spring, which is like not what you want in the spring. It'll be a pushed one. Our garden isn't that big, which is why I thought a strimmer would do, because it's not very big at all, and it just feels like buying a big mower would be a bit of a waste. I was half thinking of actually just getting like one of those ones that don't even have a motor. You just literally push them along. I might get one with a motor, but I'll still have to push it. Go through there, yeah. I was like, can you still get those? And I was in the the DIY shop the other day, and it was like, oh yeah, you can. £45. Oh, a hectare. That's quite big, isn't it? I struggle to visualize like hectares, or any kind of like land-based measurement. To be fair. But we have maybe it's probably about 6 by 4, so we have about 24 square meters of lawn, probably a little bit less. So, you know, I wouldn't get a tractor through the gate. I'd have to have it lifted in by crane or something. Using a trimmer fork should be trimmed enough for a couple full days of trimming. Jeez. Oh, Phil. Do you enjoy it? Is it a chore, or is it like, you know what? I just get to mow my lawn for a little bit now. That's going to be just relaxing. Because in my head, I can't imagine anyone would have a hectare and just you know, find it a chore to do. Because it just sounds relaxing. Yeah. I was genuinely worried this would just not fill the time, streaming time tonight. Yeah, we don't get that in the UK either. I know. There's the memes for the homeowner associations in the US where it's like your grass is 3 millimeters taller than it should be, but yeah, we tend not to get that in the UK, thankfully. One of them and another one of them. I was hoping to have my new website up and running today, and the website itself, well, the code for it's all done and ready to go. But every time I tried to upload it to the server was like, nah, mate, you're not having that. Yeah, again, I think most sort of like police officers tend to be a little bit not hard-assed about stuff like that. Because, you know, what are you going to do? Put someone to jail for being like slightly too long grass. So yeah, my beautiful website. Well, it's not particularly beautiful that I've spent 4 days working on. It's still just stuck on my laptop because I can't get it uploaded. Oh, wait, that goes on there. Okay. Did wonder about that. We've been doing some work recently at work with Shop. Well, not specifically with Shopify, but with one of their frameworks we've been looking at. But the website isn't to sell anything, and I'll be honest. As a web developer, I'd feel weird using someone else's I'd feel very weird like using someone else's like technology. But yeah, a bunch of like, so the one I've got at the moment is WordPress based, and I really dislike PHP, which is what WordPress is built on. So I'm trying to move away from it, and also I need to learn some new tricks for work. Oh, Shopify, yeah, it's because they need to make it. And this isn't defending them. This is not defending them at all, but they need to make it easy for non-techie people to be able to do things, and so they end up limiting what you can do. And then when you go on it, you're like, I want to do this, and then it's like, no, that's not something we thought you'd want, so we're not going to give it. But a lot of supposedly low-code platforms are the same, and generally annoying. Throwing the pieces around. Oh, all needs a clean. Alright, is this ident? Yeah, so it doesn't matter which way it goes. Oh, really? I've never really used Etsy. No reason why not. I've just never found anything in there I wanted to buy. I tell a lie. No, I do tell a lie. I bought the wife a mug from there for one of her like birthdays or anniversary or something. But yeah, I can absolutely see why you want to move away from Etsy. Oh, the bigger the sticker, the harder it is to put on. I think we'll call it there. I think another problem with the companies like Etsy is they tend to get very crowded very quickly. I've noticed a few things on there that are like handmade. It's like, it's not. It's not handmade. You bought it from Alibaba. Alibaba? No. Alibaba? Mandatory commercial fees. Even about mandatory commercial fees, we make a commercial, and if a person purchases something within a month after, you give us 15% of the item plus shipping price. Oh, AliExpress, yeah. Yeah. No, that seems sham. I mean, yeah. No, it's difficult to know what to do with those kinds of things because the bigger they become, the more of a hold they have over. The more the more they can charge because they're like, ah, it's like Twitter. I mean, I know Twitter doesn't charge. Well, no, Twitter does charge. But it's like, if you're not on Twitter, where'd you go? Which makes Twitter is hard to leave if you're wanting to reach people. Yeah. So it's just like, oh well, we're not going to bother at all. It's just like, presumably you can still be searched for, but do they take like your product off the search results? Okay, goes on there. Cool. Because I did try and sell a bunch of things on eBay, mostly magic cards. I had a bunch of magic cards left over from when I played Magic in person, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sell all of me rares, see if I can get any cash for that. And I did. They sold quite well, but all the various fees, it's just like you'd get the money and it was like, oh, that's less than I thought, and then you'd go back and you'd find there was 4 fees you didn't know about. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, I've heard things about Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I never got into that one. Um, but we do the place I go and play board games at on a weekend has a very active Yu-Gi-Oh scene. You get a lot of players there on a Saturday afternoon playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I think the closest I got was when I first started getting into card games. My wife picked up on it because she is very perceptive like that, and she just bought me a load of card games. And she bought me a box of Magic cards, a box of Pokemon, they're Japanese Pokemon cards. What else did you get me? A Yu-Gi-Oh set, like a boxed Yu-Gi-Oh set, which I never opened because there wasn't enough in there to build a deck with. That I know. And what was the other thing she bought? Oh, it's like a Japanese game based on. What was it based on? Dragon Quest, the game, video game, Dragon Quest. Um, but yeah, I'd like that was the closest I ever came, and I opened it and had a look inside. I didn't open the packs because like I said, no idea what I'd have done with them. I mean, I know some Japanese because my wife's Japanese, so it's. I figured I should at least learn how to. Oh, I've done that one. Learn how to be able to say hello to a family. she won't teach me the bad words. I've literally said, "Oh, teach me the swear word so I know," and she won't. Which is, oh, wow, we finished a bag. We're an hour and a half in and we finished a bag. A few extras left over there. The Japanese have odd swearing. Oh yeah, well, like I say, wouldn't know. I just assume let me open. Have some bag opening ASMR. Apologies if that was unnecessarily loud. But last time we were over there, we were in an onsen. Which is one of the ones where you go in and you have a hot bath in the buff. So you're in there with like loads of other naked dudes, and yeah, it's just like, this guy I was sat next to just started asking me questions. And it seemed I was American, even though I was like, and I was trying out the bits of Japanese I knew, but he wasn't having any of it. He's like, yeah, no, stop talking Japanese. You need more practice, mate. That was fun. But yeah, I should watch more anime just to practice. Oh wow, it's stuck in there. Yeah. Hi, Mr. CV, how are you? Well, this Porsche won't, because this Porsche is electric, so it'd go into Formula E, I presume. I am doing very well. Well, I was just yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah. I've had a fairly good day. I've been trying to get my website up all day, and it's just failed miserably. But I had fun while doing it. Yeah, I mean, I don't really follow Formula One. Partly because when I was growing up, the races which were boring. I mean, my man would literally watch the first 10 minutes because that's when all the big crashes happened, and then she'd switch it off. So that was my experience of F1 growing up. But yeah, so it's total carnage. What, like lots of crashes. We've got a 1 and a 2. Okay, that's a 1, and sticker 2 goes on part number 1. Oh, in the last 5 laps. Nice. So it's just typical Hollywood kind of thing then. Yeah, it's just they keep all the good action till the end. You're not wrong there, boy. You're not wrong. It was like I don't know if it's any more interesting. They did a bunch of stuff. There was like a load of stuff they did, like over various years or whatever, to try and just make it more interesting. And they're like banning stuff and just making sure all the cars were like virtually identical. But Yeah. Never really caught my attention that much. See now, I Alonso and Aston Martin. Yeah, no, yeah, Alonso's old. Is he only 41 though? Wow, I thought he was older than me though. Um, but aside from Formula One, how's your weekend been generally, Mister Voyager? Oh, this goes on the back. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it'll go absolutely fine, Void. Absolutely fine. Yeah, no, that doesn't go on the axle. That goes there. Good luck with it as well. Chilled and house cleaning sounds good. Yeah, watch your stream. I'm sure I watched your stream yesterday. Yes, yeah, I did. It's awful getting old. Never remember what I've done the day before. Gonna head out in nature a bit, but as Murphy's Law has, weather went terrible. Oh, it was just like raining or a bit of snow. Hurricanes. Oh, I do love one of the nicest things I like to do, and it doesn't happen often enough, is I just like to have my bedroom window open when it's hoing it down with rain, and just listen to the rain, and it puts me to sleep like nobody's business. It's like what is my one ASMR weakness is rain. But yeah, also like wind and stuff when I'm inside nice and warm. Generally prefer not to be out in it though. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like, and the cool thing about the back of my house is that the rain doesn't hit the back of the house. So it doesn't come in the window. Unless it's like really gaily, in which case I probably don't open the window, I'll be honest. It's warm and maybe outside of the city. Yeah. Well, Boyd lives in the woods, so visit him. Yeah, I like. Yeah. We had the hottest day of the year of like the entire history of the planet last year. I was actually travelling back from Leicester. I had just had a board game weekend, and so we got into the car just before lunch, and obviously the car had air conditioning, because who doesn't have air conditioning in their car these days? And then we stopped at one of the services and I got out, and it was just like, whoa. I was just like, wow, that is some high temperature. But weirdly, it didn't bother me. Normally I'm like, I don't like high temperatures. I was just like, that's actually not terrible. Maybe as you get older, you just lose any kind of sensitivity to weather, or just start realizing there's not a lot you can do about it, so it's not worth complaining about. Yeah. But sadly, the weather around here was actually quite pleasant today, which meant I had to do gardening. The wife be all like, the grass is too long. Sticker number 12. Sticker number 12. I think we have it. If I had the proper tools, it would have been more fun to do. But the grass was wet, and I was using a strimmer, and it was just. It wasn't a fun afternoon, is all I can say. And I am going to have to do it again next week after I bought a lawnmower. Angel. Also, there's a lot of moss on the ground, and the grass as well. Which I've been trying to work out how to get rid of. Apparently, just mowing your lawn fairly regularly helps keep it away. Yeah, it's Technic, so it's like, I mean, it's got 400 and some odd parts, but at least 50% of them are going to be these. Which is always a little bit disappointing. I'm going to be honest. It's one of the reasons that Technic is not my biggest favoritist kind of Lego. But when you get it for free, don't complain. Nope, wrong one. Tiny ones, just slot in there. But I've got a list of all my. There's a website called Rebrickable, which lets you put in the sets you've got, and it'll tell you what parts you've got. Like, give you a big old list of parts. And these little black Technic connectors here, can poke that in front of the camera, are the part I have the most of by a long way, and it's just through having two large Technic sets. Also, they come a lot in other sets as well because they're quite useful. But yeah, it's. And you look at you look on the website and it's like, oh, this has 4,000 pieces, and you're like, yes, I'm getting some value here. And it's like, oh wait, no, they're all pins and connectors. Yeah. Oh no, I don't need to put. Hang on. Do I need to put that one? Don't need to put that one in yet. Oh, some kind of side panel. What are we doing? Okay. Have you been tempted to have a go at Last of Us, Stevie? I know it's had some poor reviews for the PC version, but I assume they'll fix that at some point. It is Naughty Dog after all. But it is a very good game. Oh, the sneakies. Yeah, yeah. I want to see the TV show. I've heard. Is he not a fan? I've heard good things about the TV show, and I want to see the TV show, but also I've got to wait till it comes on a service I have. Totally 18 plus B. My team on the receiving end. Oh, that's a shame. But also, yeah, no, that's a shame. Need to get back in there and just yes. What class are you playing? I'll ask why you're angrily. Oh, you didn't play Last of Us, but you've seen it played. That and Last of Us 2 are games I've completed, which is incredibly rare these days. Oh, for Paladining, wow. Paladin a tank class, or is it Paladin's tank class in 14? Is it the same in WoW? Is it? I have not put that on straight at all. Oh, I'm gonna have to hand in my Lego credentials. Oh, we're gonna have to live with it. We're gonna have to live with it. Okay. Is that like similar for a lot of the classes in WoW that they've got multiple builds that can fulfill multiple roles? Because obviously 14, it's not really the case. But then in 14, you can just change your class ad nauseum. So. Or ad hoc. Don't know if I'm using the right words there. Well, that's straighter. Yeah, absolutely love the Last of Us games, and I just do not understand why anyone was angry at them. Well, angry at the second. I know why they say they were angry at the second one, but I just, yeah. There's Druid 4 specs. Most classes have 3, but some had D3. Okay. Oh, okay. And do you have to spec into those permanently, or is it easy to switch between those specs? Again, like 14. Oh dear. Oh, I'm just picking up all the wrong pieces. There we go. Yeah, again, 14, where it's like you basically you change your armor, you've changed the specs. Oh, nice. And has that made it more fun to play, or do you miss the restrictions? You miss the tight sort of like restriction of having to do it a particular way. Ah, that's right, but it doesn't feel right. Yeah, maybe it's a bit later on. Oh, what's this bit? This is not that piece. That piece. There we go. Number 60. Yes, that's a number 60. And we want sticker number 9. Wow. Oh, that's cool. It's nice to have flexibility. No. So close to looking right, and then just the last second swerved into ridiculousness. Oh wow. Yeah, I remember playing Final Fantasy 11 where you could change jobs, but you had to go and do it in your house, your Moogle house. Oh, worst sticker yet. That's fair. Yeah, being multi-skilled is pretty useful as well. I started back on 14. The other way, I did a dungeon. It's like, oh my god, I've forgotten how to do dungeons. Died 4 times. Very embarrassing. Most embarrassing was the healer died and I didn't notice. And as backup raiser, they were like, "You're gonna raise the healer?" I'm like, "Oh, I suppose." And then just completely forgot how to heal. I say heal, raise. I don't heal. And I was like, "Can you toss us a heal this way?" It's like, "Nah, mate. You want a healer for that." I've been thinking about going back to 11, Final Fantasy 11, because there's apparently a speedrunning community around it. And I thought it'd be cool to have a go at speedrunning an MMO. It just sounds ridiculous. But I absolutely loved playing that game. As hard as it was when I was playing it. No raid finders. Oh wow. It's So you're suggesting I shouldn't then, because I'll fall back in love with it and then just never do anything else again? Because it does sound like exactly my personality. Let's put this way around. So what, you only have to do the BVP, you don't have to win them or anything? Yeah, no, yeah, I understand, yeah. Yeah, so I shouldn't go back to Final Fantasy 11 because I'll just abandon all of the games. Okay. I mean, the concept of dailies just always, yeah. It's like, this game is your job now. You have to do it every day. Otherwise, you lose out on something vitally important to you, maybe. Oh, is it like a reward track, as in like one of those battle pass kind of things, where you've got two tracks and one of them is one of them you pay for? Oh well, that's a relief. I mean, they're all right, but I've always been like, well, if you're gonna do a subscription, do a subscription. None of this half-assed tomfoolery. Alright, put this on, and then we've got a more aerodynamic vehicle. And do PvP within 2 months' time, and then progresses. Oh, so it's like is it like seasons? Yeah, I always figured if I was ever to make an MMO, and I've considered it, believe me. If I was ever going to make an MMO, I'd want to do it where yeah, I don't know. Actually, now thinking about it, I probably would do a battle pass kind of system. But maybe put like rewards on it more for doing it every month. I don't know. I mean, I was always like, the first time I played Final Fantasy, well, first heard of Final Fantasy 11, I'm like, oh, I'm not buying a game and then paying to play it. It didn't last long. And now I think subscription models, not just for, and this is a bit of a controversial statement, but not just for games either. I think software subscription models are pretty useful as well. I know everyone I know is like at work is like, oh no, software subscription models are the devil. I just want to own the software. Oh, so you do get a lot more rewards for doing the PvP. Who sets the reward you? Yeah, it's just I mean, my biggest, I think everyone's biggest thing was that whole EA thing where it's like pay full price for this game and then also pay more for it. That just put me off any kind of pay to win kind of mechanic forever. And it's a shame because I was actually looking forward to playing. And I was just like, nah, I'm just not even gonna bother. The day's not too bad. You have 4 for PvE, 4 for PvP, and 4 for World v World. Wellington v Whistle. Game modes, and usually you can finish them in about 5 minutes if you choose easier. Fair. It's like the 14 dailies where you can finish them half hour. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, 14 days. You can finish them in about half an hour, and you don't have to keep doing them. They do have, like, at some point they stop being worth doing because what you get from them isn't worth anything. Or it's like most of them you get some form of currency from, and once you bought the stuff with that currency, you don't need the currency anymore. So it's like you can stop doing the dailies at that point. And also, it's not massively awful to get back into it if you want to. So it's like I haven't started any of the daily quests for the latest expansion stuff from Endwalker. So but I know that if I go back into them, I could still get them finished within a couple of months. Um, 60. Number 60. 61. Right, 60. And the new sticker one. So yeah, you tweet with Sphinx earlier, Celestial. It's like because I've been considering going like that. Yeah, I've been considering playing Snow just for the story. I've no interest in having it as a long term MMO. I already have one of those. But I was interested in just playing it for the story side of things, and then when Sphinx was like, "Oh, I've had to level up my character," and it's like, "Oh, maybe I don't then. Maybe if I can't just play through it without having to do anything special to get extra gear or whatever." But then you came in and you were like, "Yeah, no, that's fine." So now I still might play Snow. But yeah, I understand the word you said there, Void. I just don't really know how they fit together. It's alright. I've been watching you enough to know just how often she's in it. Where's this go? Oh wait, we need to stick a thing in there. We put a thing in there, and we put a thing in there. Yeah. Oh, she's making up for all of the years you missed out on being in TNG. Well, yeah, her other alter ego. Oh, that's the good 50%. You're not filling me with hope here. So, you need to complete 3 PvE, 3 PvP, and 3 WVW, or just any 3 of those 12? Any three of them? Oh, that's not bad then. A Michelin goes on there. It sounds like what Stone needs is a Yoshi P to just come in and be like, yeah, no, we're doing it this way now. Yeah, really, really sorry. Honest this time. Didn't do it on purpose. I think the problem with something like a character like Seela is, and bear in mind, I've only seen what you've played of her, so I haven't really seen everything she does, but it feels like she's one of them characters that's a catch-all, maybe. Because there was a actually, I think it was from Batman quote, like you either die the hero or you live long enough to become the villain, and I kind of think that works the other way round. It's that if you're a villain in a show, if you hang around for too long, you kind of have to become not a villain, or at least, well, not the main villain. You have, still be a bit of a cad, but if you're going to play a part in so many of these stories, you kind of have to grow. And it sounds like Seela just hasn't. Interesting. That goes through there. I thought this was going to be like, because these wobbly Lego bricks are normally for like suspension. Brutally murder one of the characters. Fair. Is that the bit I'm after? That's the bit I'm after. Oh, where? There. Okay, so these now bend around here and hook on there and there. Ah, we have like a cockpit rim. I've tried so hard not to do spoilers for another game at this point, but yeah. Yeah, I think the example that always pops into my head is Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because he was like the big bad for one season, and then he just started popping up as an ally. And they were all like, "Oh, we can't really trust you, but I suppose." Ooh, do the front now. It's starting to look like some kind of like racing car now. That one, yay, that one. What, live it about keep giving the seller second chances and it keeps biting the butt? Or have I missed something? Alright, so this isn't fastened in, but that goes in there. And then we get another one. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. It was Joss Whedon, wasn't it, who wrote Buffy? But I think the problem with that is you've got Angel, so you've kind of got a world in which a vampire can choose to be not an utter booby, which kind of opens up a redemption arc for the likes of Spike. Yeah, yeah. No, I much prefer even with his ridiculously awful British accent. I did like Spike. But yeah, you can't be like, oh, there's only one vampire in the world that can be good. If you're gonna have one, you know, one be good, then you've got to be able to have the rest. At least aspire to it. I really should rewatch Buffy. It's been a while. I figure it falls under the there's got to be an amnesty on spoilers. There's got to be a point at which you're like, it's been a few years now. If you haven't seen it, but also you should watch it because it is great. Don't do anything with that bit yet. Anyway, we'll put that there. Do we not even make two of them? Oh no, it goes on there. Okay. We found it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. There's a bunch of stuff that, you know, it's like a lot of people are, oh, this, and this, and I'm like, nah, I've not seen that. And don't care. It's like everyone's on about the new Lord of the Rings series. I'm like, you know what? The only reason I've ever pretended to like Lord of the Rings was because I'm a nerd, and nerds are supposed to enjoy Lord of the Rings, but beyond that, 28. I did start reading the books, or the first one, and just like this is quite a long book, and I'm 150 pages in, and not lots happened yet. Just like Tolkien decided to describe a nice long walk he had, but spice it up a bit. Oh, I am reading through Dune at the moment, though. Someone lent me Dune like a year ago, and I've just started reading it. I'm quite enjoying that. I'm only getting through like 10 pages a night, and it just feels like I'm not going fast enough. Because historically, when I read a book, I'll just read it and read it and read it until either I pass out or I finished it. It's often quite difficult to find the time to be able to do that. It was on there. Oh, that bends. Oh, that bends down to there, and then we put another wasset through there. Right, so that's our wheel arch for this side, and it goes. Go. Oh, we need a jack. It was on a little something like that. Yeah, there we go. There. I mean, that feels like quite a chunky wheel arch, for given that the rest of it's quite delicate. Oh wow, there's 2 stickers on there I didn't even see because they're white. At least the book is keeping me right. So we need a number 22. That's 21. You don't need 21. He needs 21. Goes that one. And it gets number 19 sticker. 29 stickers in total. Well, 29 numbered stickers. Did I say 19? I said 19. Not 16. We had an unfortunate loss middle of the week. The one of the wife's monitors passed on at the ripe old age of 13. It was a monitor that was so old it only had VGA as an option to plug it in. I mean, it was a flat panel, but yes, very old. So it is. I did look on YouTube, because that's the thing you do these days. Is you look on YouTube to see if it's an easy fix, and honestly, it looked like a complete pain in the rectum. So it is not getting fixed by me. Oh, I've done that wrong. So it's just going to have to go to the tip. For a dignified burial, I say dignified burial, it's not really. In that big container that you have to put the electronics in. But anyway, that wasn't the point. The point of the story was, she's now got my spare monitor that I use for streaming. So I'm currently having to have my other monitor is currently being replaced by a 12-year-old tablet. I'm surprised it still works. It's a first generation Microsoft Surface Pro. So not the fanciest, but it works. But I do now feel I need another monitor. Put that there. We need a number 22. That is a number 22, which is good because it's the only one we have left. And if it wasn't a number 22, we'd have an issue. We are down to our last 3 stickers, so that's exciting. Oh, and another exciting news, my car insurance is due soon, so I won't be getting a new monitor this month. Or next month, probably. So I've taken on a new responsible with money thing. Which, I'm gonna be honest, is both disappointing and scary. Right, there's the other wing, so I'm just going to build the wheel arch for it to go into now. How long have we been at this? 2.5 hours. not gonna lie, 2.5 hours feels a lot for a set this size. But not unexpected. Well, at least you get your credit for your dailies. So it's not a total loss. Second to last sticker. Ah. Oh, chasing legendary armor. It's always fun. Yes. Goes in there, and then that goes in there. Oh, come on. Be good to me. There we go. And then that goes in there. Ah, I see. I see what they've done. So that goes on the other side to there. And then all of this goes on and just holds it in place. Maybe. Was it? Oh no. Done it wrong. Oh. One of these days I'll get through a build without doing anything wrong. And then I'll hang up my Lego, because then it will be like, oh, I've reached Lego Nirvana. So let's hope it doesn't happen too soon. Oh, I'm going to have to look up a Formula E car, because this just looks weird. Alright, last sticker. Last sticker of the sheet. There you go. One empty sticker sheet. In case you didn't believe me. Right, then that goes on there. And that goes on there. That goes on there. And then we'll turn this round so you all can see what's happening. And that goes in there. And then we've got one of these to insert into there. Right. I feel we're fairly close to the end, mostly because we've not got many parts left. And this gets one of these in the middle. Have I got any tea? Oh, I have got tea left. I mean, it's cold, but tea is tea. I maybe just need a hydrate command or any kind of commands at all. Be able to some kind of like interaction with my community. That goes through there. Got one of those too. So okay, so that goes in there. And that goes on there. Yes, it is definitely starting to look like something now. And that goes on there. And we pop that down and then goes in there and then we've got a bit left over. Doesn't look particularly important, so we'll just quietly we'll just toss that over there, pretend it was spare. Let's put some wheels on. Most prolific tyre manufacturer in the world. Lego. Is your fact of the day? Oh! Sorry, I was just trying to play that one around in my head. I was like, I'll get there in a second. No, I don't need a caffeinate. Definitely not. Well, if I had a caffeinate, it would definitely have to have a fairly chunky cooldown. Probably a fairly high cost. Especially with streams this late. You're sure you're not allowed to get drunk on stream now? Because I'd definitely go for like a Boozinate. There we go. And then that goes on there. And that goes on there. Yeah, probably shouldn't. Okay, then we are done with the one exception of that tiny piece that, you know, doesn't actually need to go in there. It has an augmented reality experience. Interesting. Now I have to download an app. But this will in no way work well on stream, so maybe later? AR Technic. Let's get that. See how long it takes to download. Confirm side button. It liked my face. Right, we'll leave that there to download. Okay. So, there we have it. This is set number 42137. Formula E Porsche 99X electric thing. I don't know how much it looks like one. Shall we have a look? 99X electric. I'm going to put this in, and the only results I'm going to get are going to be the Lego one. Images. Yeah, no, that's the electric. Oh, no, wait, that might not be. No, that is it. Yeah. Formula E. It does have like ridiculously chunky. Okay, fair. It's not a terrible likeness. I mean, technically, it has two. There's two pull-back motors at the back. So if we pull it back, it doesn't go anywhere, which means I've really, because if you, I'm going to put my hand here because there's expensive stuff this side of the table. So you push that down, and then it goes. Pull that up, and it doesn't. Yeah, there we go. So, what do I think of it? Well, it's Technic. It's as good as any Technic I've built. I'll be honest. It's got some parts I've never seen before. So there's some bits in there that have like, these bits here, which have got holes going in both directions instead of one. These panels I've never seen before. I've seen this this kind of thing before. There's that on the Mustang that I built. But yeah, it looks reasonably close to what it should be. Okay, let's just put it away and never talk about it again. We got this thing here. Let's have a look. So open, loading, select model. Watch advert. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Okay, all right, so I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but oh, stop. Just let's go. Battery mini game. Circuit race. Let's go. Start tutorial. Okay. Yes, you can access my camera. Okay. I'm ready. So, I think this might work. Oh, it might not. It's not going to work. Too far away. I'm too close, sadly. But what it does is you point your camera at it, you put it down on the floor, or you point your camera at it, and it like projects a little bit of a track ahead of you, and then obviously you wind it up like this, and then you nudge this bit with your foot, and it goes off, and it'll tell you how fast it went along the track. So I'll play with that later. But yeah, looks pretty cool. So there we go. Yeah, that's a bit weird. But, and I do like this use of this flexible hose bit to yeah, mark out the thing. But, so that's it. So what we didn't get to tonight was we didn't get to 42148 Snow Groomer, which was the emergency one just in case we finish this in time. But we didn't need that. Also, I've got a pinata, but that was super backup, so we were never likely to get that. Yeah, the unfortunate thing about it is the kitchen floor is too patterned. It says don't use a patterned floor, and the lounge floor has a carpet, so it's probably not going to run very well over the carpet. It's a nice soft carpet. And also there's loads of plants in various places, so something's getting run over. Right. Okay, well, it's 10:15. We're at the end of the stream. I would raid Celestial Voyager, but he doesn't seem to be streaming. Yeah, there's the end there, yeah. Break. No break. Yeah, like I say, there's something similar on the Mustang, but you've got to like take the back apart. It's weird. Yeah, quite like that. I will send my in-laws a thank you note. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much. I'm not going to raid anyone because there's no one on that I know of to raid. Yeah. So we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you very much for chatting and being part of the stream. It makes it all worthwhile, obviously. And next week is Easter. Next week is Easter. So I might do a slightly longer stream because I have a couple of Easter sets that I can build, but I also want to build a tall neck. So I'll be building tall neck next week, assuming I'm not visiting family. It doesn't normally happen at Easter. But if I'm not visiting family, next week will be tall neck and a couple of like little Easter builds for reasons. Cool. Thanks very much. And I will see you probably in Celestial stream tomorrow or Tuesday. Have a good evening. How do I get out of this? Stop stream.